Welcome to the YouTube version of Saturday Night with Hayley Palmer, with cast members of We Will Rock You, the musical. Hello and a very warm welcome to you. I'm Hayley Palmer. It's so good to have you here with me on tonight's show, especially as we are joined by some of the cast members of We Will Rock You. And here is what happened when I caught up with Ian and Ellie. Ian and Ellie, it's great to have you here on the show. How are you doing?
Yeah,
good, thanks. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. I've been dying to get you on the show because I came down to the press night and I came along in my own little world and I'm like, I saw it years ago. Let's see what it's all about. And I have to say, I was absolutely blown away. I just felt like it transported me to such a different world. And not only that, there was a big surprise on the night as well, which we're going to talk about. So just talk us through how everything's going at the moment. Ellie, let's come to you.
How's it going? I think, well, we're kind of a few weeks in now, aren't we? I've kind of lost track of time a little bit.
Yeah, how many weeks have you been doing? It all blurs into one.
Say
Two and a half, 3 weeks.
Four, right. Is it 4 weeks? It could be 4
it
weeks.
4 weeks?
We're not counting, but,
All right.
yeah.
Longer than I thought.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we're kind of settled in now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's like
seems
home.
to be going really well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's feeling good. What about you, Ian?
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
He's having a great time.
Yeah, I'm
He's
having a
just
great
chilled.
time.
He's
Yeah,
like...
it's great to be here. It's the Coliseum, isn't it? It's the
Do you know,
Coliseum.
it's iconic, isn't it? I
Yeah.
hadn't actually been here before, but it is just stunning, isn't
Yeah, and
it?
it's huge. And
Yeah.
from the stage, did you come on stage beforehand? I don't know if you had a.
I haven't, but I
Yeah,
want to.
Oh well, yeah. Well, we'll have to get you on stage,
little
and
tour.
have to get you on stage so you can see it from our point of view.
Go
Because
on then.
it's epic. It's like
So showbiz.
yeah, it's like 2,700 seats, and it's.
Is that daunting for you though? Because I literally get up and go, even if my mum was in the audience, I'd be like, it's daunting. But I guess you just get used to that big crowd, don't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, in warm-up you see all the seats, right? But when it goes to the show, you have like lights. You have the lights. So really, you can only see the first 5 or 6 rows, but they're out there, and you can hear that they're out there because of.
Can you hear Chris rappers and stuff? Or you like put the Chris away?
Boy, can you hear?
You can hear everything, can you?
Everything.
I always forget that you can hear.
The other day we had a can or a bottle get
no.
knocked down the steps, and it was just like dum dum dum. dum.
Awkward.
During the most quiet part of the show, we were just there like, just gonna pause and let this happen.
But I guess this is where you're so professional, you just have to keep it together. Like, I would lose it. I'd be like, sorry, can you just put that away? But you've got to keep professional, haven't you?
Yeah, you do fantasize
well.
of being like, for the love of God, put your chocolate down. Please.
I love it though, and it's going really well. Like the feedback I've seen on social media, everyone's just like, do you know what? It's like a concert. It's just that vibe. You can't come along and be miserable, can you, Ian?
Oh no.
No, not at all. I mean, the thing is about We Will Rock You, it's got like the music, which is just epic. So people come for the music, but then they don't realise that Ben Alton's script is it's so funny. I mean, you saw the show, like you can hear you hear the audience laugh, and like real good belly laughs, and like I've never been in a show where like it happens and people are laughing so often, that where it's and they leave feeling like they've had such a great experience, which is it's
And
awesome
that
to
must
be
be
a part
really
of that.
rewarding because sometimes you don't know what's going on in people's lives or whatever's going on and they come there and it's an escape, isn't it, when they come to the theatre? So it must be lovely as a performer to give that back.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that. Well, we're going to go into Don't Stop Me Now because that's my karaoke song, very badly.
Do you want to give us a rendition now?
Maybe not now, maybe later. Enjoy. Now, I want to rewind how everything started for you guys because you just make it look ridiculously effortless that you can just sing like that, dance and act, and, I can't do either. So, we're going to start with you, Ellie. Talk about how it started for you. Was it something you always wanted to do? Did you have that vision of being on the West End stage? Because it's such an achievement, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I was very much one of those kids that liked to make people laugh and entertain the family and put on little shows. So there was.
Oh, I
always
love a
that
little
going
show for
on.
the family.
Loved a little show behind the sofa, puppets. I don't know. I was doing all sorts, and then I kind of just started. My parents just kind of were like, "How about this Saturday school?" And it kind of just like developed from there. And then I don't even know. It just kind of I was like, yeah, I would like to go to drama school, please.
But it was quite casual. It wasn't like serious.
It
was
wasn't
like, well, that's good,
regimented.
isn't it? There was
just
no
me
pressure.
I used to sing into a towel in my bathroom just
Nice.
to like practice, but I was very shy about it. Yeah, it kind of I genuinely, whenever I've thought about it, I'm like, oh, I kind of just went with it.
Yeah.
And for love, definitely. But there was no sort of like,
What about you, Ian? Were you hardcore or?
No, not really.
No.
I think when I was like 16, I was going to be an electrician when I was like 16. So it was just by
You what,
chance.
sorry?
I was going to be an electrician.
Oh,
Like, yeah. So I'd like
A proper job.
Yeah, I was about to have a proper job, but I've still never lifted a finger or or done a hard day's work in my life. I was going to be an electrician and like randomly, so I knew about musicals and I could sing because I really loved, my gran loved Les Mis, the Les Mis 10th anniversary with like Ruthie Henshaw and Colm Wilkinson. I loved Colm Wilkinson as like a 4 or 5 year old. It's like a weird sort of thing to really love, but I really did. And and so I always could sing a little bit. And then somebody said, oh, there's this college down in Southend. I'm from Coventry originally, so I got this audition on the Thursday, did the audition on the Saturday, and I got a scholarship. And then I moved down 2 months later and didn't do the course and learned. I went from being like playing football to like being in like a ballet, a ballet uniform.
And how was that? Because it must have been quite daunting, no? Like
it was strange. It was strange, but like I sort of was grateful that I was doing something that I really wanted. Like I love singing. Like I love singing. So the fact that I had this opportunity to like learn to actually do this possibly as a career, but even as a 16-year-old, it's still just for fun. You don't really. I remember being 16 and watching Tony Vincent play Galileo in We Will Rock You, and then the other night I was on stage and I was singing one of the songs. In my mind, I was like, oh my God, you're Galileo in the West End. Like you're what you thought you could never be and achieve.
Sometimes and go, I've come this far.
Yeah,
like it is a real achievement, isn't it? To be on the West End stage, it's like absolutely incredible. And Ellie, you were in Kinky Boots.
Yeah.
Weren't you?
Yeah, I was. That was my first job.
Was it your first job there? And you played like an iconic role, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's a real fun role to play.
Yeah. She gets a really good song and gets to dance around in flat shoes.
I mean, that's me these days at my age. Got to take the flat shoes in my bag, when I go out at night. So, and Ian, beautiful. I want to pull that. I know you've been in quite a few musicals, but for me, those songs.
Yeah.
Carole King, and you were Olivier nominated for that. For your role in that.
Yeah, I mean that was the first sort of principal role that I'd ever done before. Before I'd alternated roles in like The Commitments and other jobs, but this was the first role. So the fact it got recognised and then got nominated for an Olivier.
Like, yes, Mum.
It was just I mean I took my mum to the Olivier, the awards. That was a whole experience within itself. Buying
mum moment. Yeah, of course. It's all worth it, isn't it? All the hard work when you get those moments like that.
Yeah, it was kind of funny as well because my family, because my mum, we bought her a dress and like we come down and some of my mum's friends came and stood by the red carpet and were cheering my mum as we were going down.
Your mum is a legend in her own right. We love that. Yeah. We're going to go into Radio Gaga. I want to learn the dance routine to this because when I was sat there, is it quite tricky? The backing dancers, when they do all the moves to this?
I wouldn't attempt it personally.
Okay, bit out of my league.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
you might be able to do it.
You never know. You never know. We'll let you know how we get on. Now, we want to know all the gossip here at We Will Rock You. So I think what I would like to know is, what is a typical day? Because obviously we just come along to the theatre with our Maltesers at 7:30 and we just, we love the performance. But with you guys, what's a typical day? What time do you have to be there? Do you have to rehearse? What's your thing that you do every day? Ian, let's come to you.
Yeah, I think now that the run's up and running, when we're in previews, which is before the show opens properly, we're in every day rehearsing, and then we do the shows at night, and the show changes. We'll make changes during the rehearsals, but now it's up and running. We get in at 6 o'clock.
Oh,
we
do
do 6 o'clock. We'll do a warm up for half an hour. Maybe we'll get some notes. Ben, obviously, because Ben Alton's directing and starring in it. It's also it's great for us. He'll give us notes before the show. In fact, he gives us notes quite often throughout the show. But it's like really great to have him there. So that's part of it as well. Then we do the show and then we finish. So it's quite a short. Now we're up and running quite a short period.
It's good. Do you still get those nerves? Because I think I'd still be like, I've still got to go on stage, or is it just like, you're so used to doing it now?
Yeah, I think no, not really. I don't really get the nerves. I get like a little bit of nerves because I get like I just want to like you say, you just want to give this show to the audience, and I think everyone's on the same sort of same boat with that. We just want to give the show to the audience. The more we give it to them, the more they enjoy it, the more it becomes this amazing experience between the audience and the actors on stage.
Yeah,
that's how I
it's
feel.
like a joint effort, isn't it? Because you can see people like, people want to join in,
Yeah,
don't they? You
yeah,
want to
and
get out of your seat, which is...
Yeah, and you want that. You need, you really, us as actors, we want people to join in where it's appropriate to join in because we allow people to do that. So, to do it, and it's really cool.
We love that. Ellie, what's it like for you? Do you get here at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock? What's your schedule?
I think it depends. I get in again at 6. Sometimes a bit before. Sometimes I'm running in. It just depends what you're doing during the day, really.
Because can you concentrate throughout the day? Because I'd be like, oh, I've got to get on stage later. I better not, go to the gym. Have you got time?
Well, I think at the start, when I first started in musical theatre, I did used to kind of be thinking about the show, get a bit nervous, be in my head about certain parts and stuff, and you learn to kind of work out what's important and what to let go of, and so now.
Do you ever have to actually look at the script again and go, let me just run through that?
Only if your mind went blank the night before, and you've got.
Do you ever have a mind blank moment? I mean,
Yes.
I forget my name on a regular basis.
Well, we do most everything together in the show, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's
nice.
we
you've got
rely
each other
heavily
back.
on.
Okay,
us.
you rely on each other.
Yeah, and it's so back and forth.
So you're like, you better
that
be
if we
good
forget,
tonight.
the other one will just jump in and say the next line.
love that.
No, I went into the old script, like at the very start, first few shows, I suddenly started saying something that was just not in the script anymore.
Yeah.
Because what's happened with Ben constantly, because he's in the show and always he's always updated the script. So the show when it was in 2000, so if people came to watch it in 2002, it's a completely different show because all the sort of references are like updated. It's all, the show's been moved, the show has evolved and moved since then. And so so we sometimes slip back into the old script.
Okay, you're going to do the new script tonight, aren't you guys?
Just I hope so. Yeah.
Enjoy it. We'll see you after this. Okay, we have got some questions nice questions from some of our lovely viewers. So Michelle says, the musical features 24 of Queen's best love hits. What is your favourite song that you like to perform? Ian?
Me, favourite song, Who Wants to Live Forever? Yeah, it's a duet between Ellie and I, and it's one of the it's just a beautiful moment in the show, really powerful.
Do you ever think, is my voice going to make it, or you're like,
I mean, it's Freddie, it's Freddie, isn't it? So but it's I'm fortunate that this music sort of sits in my voice nicely, and I can really give it some, and it's beautiful, isn't it? Who Wants to Live Forever?
It's an absolute classic tune. Ellie, what about you?
I'd say the same, although lately, the last few weeks, I've been really enjoying Headlong.
Oh.
Don't know why, I'm just really in a headlong place right now.
Okay, we'll let you have that. It's fine. Okay, just to confirm, she's still like seeing the other one. No, it's fine. And Amanda says, what is it like working with Brenda Edwards and Lee Mee? Because they're little stars, aren't they? And then, I've interviewed both of them. They both seem like really nice people.
Mm-hmm, they are. We can confirm that.
They can
very
confirm.
nice
They're very nice people. And is it fun? Do you have fun backstage, or is it quite serious, or is it?
Yeah, no, we have lots of fun. We have lots of fun. I mean, it's a professional environment, isn't it? But we do have a lot of fun backstage. I think, and we take that fun on stage with us, and like I say, I'm working with Brenda. It's just that, it's amazing, and Lee, obviously. I mean, they're like really, they're just.
Must be nice to chat to them because Lee's done so many shows, hasn't he? And Brenta's an icon.
Funnily enough, me and Lee, we did something, like a link between us is we worked at a holiday. We both did a holiday camp when we were 18.
Which one?
It's really fun. I'm not going to mention it. I'm thinking, but it's we both worked on this holiday camp, and it's like we have this little link, and then he grew in his career, and then we've met here,
nice.
which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Okay, we'll find out what you're talking about after this. Enjoy.
There's no time for us.
Right, we have got a little quick fire question round for you because
Ooh.
Everyone that comes on the show gets this lovely experience. So here we go. What is your warm-up ritual before you go on stage, Ellie?
Lots of humming, lots of weird noises.
Oh, right.
Very loud, very obnoxious.
I need to do that in the mornings before I start my day, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I blow into a tube.
Right, okay.
There we are, like a straw.
Okay.
I blow into a tube into water, and it sort of gets the airflow going and sort of connects the breath to sound.
Good to know.
You do look very strange in warm-up doing it.
Just to confirm. Funniest cast member, Ellie?
Ooh.
You can say yourself.
Varies. Right now, Danny Natras, very funny. I'm just going to go with that name.
Okay.
Yeah, Danny.
Natras.
Okay, we'll take that.
I don't. Ellie.
Ellie.
I'll go
you.
with
That's
Ellie.
nice.
She's
It's a
hilarious.
compliment.
Points.
Favourite thing to eat after the show? Don't let me down, Ellie.
Oh,
What-
Taco Bell.
Like it.
I know I've got into a really naughty habit of
Have you?
having a cheese and onion sandwich. You know the really cheap cheese and onion sandwich. It's the end of the show.
Real deal.
I say to myself, I'm not going to eat anything after the show, and then I just like peg it to the shop and have a cheese and onion sandwich. I don't know what that's about.
Rock and roll, right
Rock and
there.
roll, yeah.
But you know what? I think you must be really hungry because when I'm sat there, I'm hungry. So
Yeah.
you must be
I will
like,
never not be able
really
to eat
hungry.
after a show.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It disturbs me. I'm like, are they okay? Are they going to eat before they go to bed? Like, it's a lot to take in. Best line of the whole show. Is there a line that you go, I'm just loving that?
Oh, quick fire.
It's not really quick fire.
Something. What's it called? You, Sweet Child of Mine. Something.
Sweet child of
Yeah, I
mine.
can't remember what he says right before it.
I'm not sure.
To be honest, Sweet Child of Mine. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's pretty lame. I can't think of anything better.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll take anything on the show.
There's a couple. Well, there's a lot of random lines. So if I just shout like a couple of those random lines, one of it is I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. That's one
Okay.
of them. And the other
Okay.
one is when Sue saw the what was it? When Sue saw
You
the
say it.
size of his hot mince pies, it down here turned her head. And you got to come and see the show now to realise.
I mean, yeah, you have to on that basis. Book your tickets. And best party trick that you've got. We ask everyone this on the show. There's no pressure, but if there's something you'd like to share with our viewers, that's a great party trick.
you got one?
Yes, I do have one. Hold on, I forget my phone. Right,
Oh, okay.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Oh, this
yeah.
might be too heavy.
He
Okay.
likes to
This
pull
might be
this one
this
out.
thing. This might be too.
Hang on. What?
Whoa.
What is
Oh,
going
no,
on?
it's too heavy.
No, that's genuinely
It's like a
really
floating.
good.
It's like a floating card thing, yeah. But you do it with like pub cards or with playing cards. So it's not a heavy phone.
Okay. I can't even talk because I'm like. How did
I'll
that
show you
happen?
after.
Okay, we'll get on the little gossip. Ellie, anything you'd like to add to
I
that?
don't know.
I mean, it's hard to beat, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really hard to beat. I used to be able to do like a Mexican wave with my eyebrows, but I haven't
No, sorry,
really.
we need to see
I haven't really practiced
Sorry.
it in a
No, you put
while.
that out there. We're going to
Give
need
it
to
a
see
go.
it.
It feels like a Mexican wave, but to me, it's probably really clunky.
Can you give it a go?
Honestly,
Do you think you could do that?
how do you do
I
it?
don't know,
I'm
I
a bit
haven't
basic,
got-
so you
I
better do
can't-
that.
oh.
I'm going to give it to one vision. I still haven't got over the eyebrow trick. I'm sorry. It's still going to be in my life now forever. But anyway, we want to remind everyone at home, if you haven't seen We Will Rock You, it's running here to the 27th of August. So you need to get tickets. We're going to put details on the screen. You can also check out the Instagram as well. We Will Rock You musical, and also your own guys' Instagram as well, which we're going to put on the screen. So I want you to guys just to tell everyone at home a reason why they should get off their sofa and come and see you. Ellie, is there a reason that you'd like to tell everyone?
You will feel good.
You will.
So who doesn't want that?
Keep it short and sweet. I
There
like
you
it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like pure escapism. I don't, at the end of the show, it's always a standing ovation. It's always a standing ovation. The audiences really love it. If you want to come and have a great time, listen to some amazing, music with amazing vocalists. We're amazing. Apparently, I'm calling myself amazing there. With Brenda and with Lee and amazing vocalists and also some amazing comedy. It's just a great night of escapism, and just good fun.
Yes, and the night that I came, Brian May came on the stage at the end.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen every night. I'm sorry to just rub that in, but I was like, did you know that was going to happen?
We did.
You
we
knew
did
it was
know, we
gonna
did know.
happen.
We did do a sound check with him.
Oh, of course,
Otherwise,
yeah.
that would have been amazing if they pulled that off.
Can you imagine
Not
you
told
just been
us.
like, wow. The lady next to me was crying.
Yeah,
I know.
it really means it means so much to the Queen fans that come here.
Yeah, my dad was jealous.
And plus,
Yeah.
you never know when Brian's going to turn up and play. So even in this run, it might not be the last time that he'll play. He could just turn up and just play because that's what he did in previous productions. He just turns up and goes, I want to play. So it's another reason to book a ticket,
No,
really. Isn't it?
exactly.
You never know.
But guys, this has been amazing. Just on the basis that we got to see some party tricks, get to know about you guys a little bit more. And honestly, you are so incredibly talented. I just sit there and your voices and just the way it comes across on stage is really making everyone's day. I can tell by the buzz in the audience. So just want to say you're doing an amazing job. Get your tickets, you have no excuse. Thank you so much to the brilliant Ellie and Ian, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Huge thank you to Ian and Ellie from London's We Will Rock You. Just a fabulous show this evening. And thank you to you at home for supporting the show. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. Now, I will see you same time, same place next week. Stay safe. I'm Hayley Palmer, and I will see you then.